Hey guys, today we are here to talk about the brand new KKW Diamonds 2 collection from KKW Fragrance. They released the original diamonds a while ago, and this second installation of diamonds is geared towards deeper, darker, richer scents. So I bought all three, I have tested all three, and I'm here to tell you all about all three. So even though it's technically a diamonds collection, the three fragrances this time around are named after stones. So you have Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Ruby is for Kourtney, Sapphire is Khloe, and Emerald is Kim. The fragrances look the exact same as the original diamond collection, where it literally looks like an emerald cut stone, and then they lay flat either this way or this way. I'm actually not positive. It doesn't really matter. They do look really pretty on the vanity, especially in these darker colors, because they actually look like oversized gemstones sitting on the counter, and it's just a pretty visual. So now let's get into the actual juice inside. Before I give you my opinion on how these smelled to me, I'm going to give you the notes for each of these fragrances because it really is interesting to me how intricate the listed notes are. So for Ruby, which is Kourtney, the opening notes are torched red ginger essence, Laos orper, fresh pink peppercorns, and ruby orchid accord. The middle notes are crimson eternity rose, warm pimento, which is a pepper, which I thought was cool, wild poppy accord, and then the Drydown or the base notes are rich vanilla bean, sandalwood album, Australia orper, alluring red jasmine. For Emerald, which is Kim, the opening notes are exotic evergreen accord, dewy diamond orchid, vert de mandarin, Italy orper, and then the heart notes or the middle notes are playful passion flower, luminous pear blossoms, crushed violet leaves, and then the Drydown or the base notes are benzoin, resinoid, Laos orper, orange blossom nectar, and creamy hinoki wood. And then for Sapphire, which is Khloe, you have opening as mesmerizing sea breeze accord, mandarin essence, Italy orper, crystallized blueberries. The heart notes or middle notes are ethereal cobalt wisteria centrec, rose essence, Bulgaria orper, and delicious toasted panettone accord, which panettone is like a cake, kind of, if you're not familiar with it, and it has sometimes dry fruits in it and sometimes like chocolate chips in it, and I feel like I see it all the time in the US, like around Christmas time. And then the Drydown or the base notes are whipped vanilla fluff, creamy tonka bean, and sun-soaked sandalwood. Now let me tell you guys what I thought these fragrances smelled like, and right off the bat, I'm gonna say that I'm really super impressed with all three of these scents. I have the original diamonds and they're pretty, they're light, they're kind of whatever. They smell a little more generic to me. These, however, smell super unique, like very well done, unique, well-rounded scents. And for the price that each one of these are, I don't think you actually can go wrong with any one of these. So Ruby, right off the bat, when you initially spray it, I pick up a lot of rose. It's like sweet rose. But as time goes by, it becomes this creamy, musky, slightly sweet, but like warm scent. And it has a kick though. And on me, like hours later, I felt like I could really pick up on the pepper. The pepper on me comes out as like a sharp spiciness, not unpleasantly so, but it really kind of cuts through all of the warmth and the creaminess and kind of gives it a kick. Ginger is definitely also prominent on me, but ginger on me is more of a warm spice rather than like a spicy spice. But as it dries down, you get a lot of the sandalwood. It's very creamy on me, and I feel like I almost can pick up like honey notes, even though there is no honey listed. This out of the three is definitely the most like mature smelling. All three of these would be so good layered in with other fragrances. So if you wanted to sweeten this one up, pair it with a vanilla and it'll make it a little more youthful and a little bit brighter. You can also pair it with some brighter citruses, or like a tube rose would be really pretty because it would offset some of the rose in there, or like a white flower fragrance. If this fragrance was a person, she is definitely self-assured. She has personal like goals, whether it's career or personally, and works day in and day out to achieve them, she may have children. I could just see her being like a powerhouse of a human. It could be fur children or human children, but I feel like she is responsible for other people. But also, in my opinion, I feel like this is a sexy scent. Like, this is a deep sexy scent, red dress or a black silk slip dress kind of a sexy. But I totally get also like a classic kind of a vibe from it. Like, it almost, I'm going to say something, it almost kind of reminds me of classic Chanel scents in that there is this creamy, warm depth to it, and it really could be the rose that's in there that kind of reminds me of like the Coco Mademoiselle kind of line. Ruby's good. For Emerald, the first spray, you get a lot of juicy, citrusy green notes, and it's very fresh. It is invigorating, it's energizing, and then in the Drydown, you get a little bit more musk to it, and you have that depth and a little bit of that richness, so it kind of brings it from a really light, energetic level to more of like a grounded, like it's got roots in the scent. And then the Drydown for me actually is really fresh, but it kind of smells like laundry. That sounds weird, and I know that some people are gonna be like, I am not buying a fragrance that's gonna make me smell like laundry. I'm doing laundry, that's enough. But that's not what I mean. It's like a clean, out of the shower kind of a scent. I really like it. I think that there's a time and a place always for a clean, fresh scent. You have some florals. It's the most floral out of the three. To me, if Emerald was an individual, she is adventurous. She is high energy. She's a go-getter. She tries to maintain like a positive outlook on life and has kind of like a can-do attitude, like can get anything done, we can do it. And because it smells so fresh and clean, so fresh and so clean, because it smells like that though, it really reminds me of the outdoors. It's like sunshine or a beautiful day outside. And actually, this in fall, like that perfect fall day, if you get fall weather, is kind of what this smells like to me. Or it could be a perfect spring day too. It's like there's a little crispness in the air. Sometimes I feel like fresh scents can turn a little powdery, and this one doesn't turn powdery at all, which I love. Powdery, like baby powder scents, it's not for me. It makes me feel like a little nauseated. I'm not knocking them. They're just not for me. But this one is just a musky, fresh scent done really well. Lastly is Sapphire, which is Khloe. And right off the bat, as soon as you spray it, you get so much of that sea breeze opening that they were talking about, which is crazy, but it really smells like beach and like salt water, but like the air, not the actual salt water. And you get tons of that juicy mandarin that comes through. But the Drydown on this one for me was the most drastic change out of all three. When this completely dries down on me, it smells delicious. You get a fruitiness, but I can really smell some of that blueberry. There's that sandalwood that really adds some depth and woodiness to it, but that tonka bean adds warmth. You can really smell the vanilla. I feel like I can actually smell the Pantone essence that's in here. And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like maybe there's something almondy in Pantone, but on me, there is like a slight nuttiness. And truth be told, this to me in the Drydown smells really, really similar to Penrose Sun Saint. It's just sweet, musky, rich, and it might be that like sun-drenched sandalwood that's giving it that beachy feel. I love how the sweetness and the vanilla comes through more as like a sugary sweetness because I feel like it works so well with all the other notes in here. This to me is just a really feminine scent. If this fragrance was a person, she is a lot of fun. She can have a good time. She laughs a lot. She makes other people laugh. She's up for anything. But at the same time, she's very caring. She's very compassionate. She can be really dressed up and kind of dolled up and all out, but also she can wear sweats and baggy clothes and no makeup, and she's good to go in either situation. She can do both. It could be because of the notes that I just spoke about, but like she also bakes, like she kind of knows her way around a kitchen. If I'm rating the 3 fragrances from most favorite to least favorite, me personally, I would do Sapphire as my favorite, Ruby as my next, and then Emerald as my last. Not because Emerald is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but just because fresh green scents are just not really my go-to thing. But the other 2 are definitely more in my house of comfort, I guess. If you're interested in any one of these, I would say get it. I think the price point is really commendable for such good fragrances. And if you want more than one, get it, because I feel that these work really well together, layered too. Like you can mix Sapphire and Ruby together. You could probably mix either one with the Emerald too. And depending on how the Drydown smells on you personally, you can figure it out. But there are enough notes that are similar or in a similar family where they work really well together. Like even now, spraying Ruby here and Sapphire here and smelling them together, they smell really good. Well done, KKW fragrance, and I would definitely recommend these. If any of you guys try one of these diamond scents, please leave a comment down below and let me know which one you tried and what you think, because I'm always so curious to see what other people's opinions are on stuff that I like or dislike. It just for extra perspective, I'm curious. But until my next video, thank you guys as always so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.